I thought I was distinguished after the Army area match in '65, but when I come to Camp Perry, they went in and checked the bulletin. There was end of awards and then John Wilder. So my two buddies had got distinguished, so I had to make a leg there. I shot a .247. 1958. Probably rode in the car, I think. We stayed in tents, and I think there were some tents over there in '65. The huts, all the good people. There was 3,500 people here in '65. Well, yeah, the military run the match, and they run all 4 ranges, and you shot. You'd get a schedule that when you're supposed to shoot, and you just had to report out there. They never were ahead of schedule, but they could be behind schedule a little bit. And whatever time you needed to report, you just got out here and shot your matches. They had scores for you, and with a board, and you signed your scorecard and went back and took a nap, and hopefully you woke up for your next relay. I know a few people to sleep through their relay. I don't count very much. Oh, I'm retired. I retired fully here in '99, but then I stayed at home and did nothing for 6 months or 9 months. Got on the wife's nerves, and I worked part-time as a handyman. I don't work as much anymore, but I still get going. Gets me out of the house. Yeah, we got 13 people here from Arizona.
And you
juniors.
You coach junior teams for?
I've coached junior teams since the '80s, actually. When I was in the Guard, I couldn't be a real coach because I sometimes had guard responsibilities, but since '88 I've coached the team. We won infantry trophy many times. You check the trophy over there. Arizona's probably got 15 medals, 15 plaques on the infantry trophy. And we won the bullseye once or twice. And I think I won the whistle boy once. I was second a couple of times. I retired as a coach 3 years ago because I told him he was getting too old, but then the guy couldn't do it this year, so I said I'd come out of retirement. I'm kind of the head coach this year, or whatever that takes. This is my 49th year. I started in '58, and I missed '88, which is my last year in the Guard, and I was on a 90-day tour, and that would have took 2 weeks. It cost me $600, plus the $600 to come here, so I figured I better go stay in the work. And in '91, the wife decided we had to buy a condo. So I took the money for a down payment on the condo. Not too happy, but 10 years later we sold it for $30,000 profit. So she's smarter than I am. Yeah, I have 3 kids and 9 grandkids and 4 or 5 great-grandchildren, I think. Not too many. I was second in the President's 100 in '81, and I made it in '65, and I don't know. Maybe half a dozen, I don't know. I don't keep track of them. Well, if you practice and you get your scores up to average and better than leg cutoff, it's not so much pressure on you. You just got to go out and perform. If you're shooting a .450 and want to shoot a .480, that makes it pretty tough on you. But it's not too hard once you get your average up above the usual cutoff. And you can pressure yourself out at any time. I don't know what Tyler Rico did today, but he's a heavy shooter, and he had I know what he did sitting. He shot 2 shots out the right side, so he clicked over 3 clicks and shot 8 shots out the left side. And for a guy that was 21st in the President's match yesterday, that's not a very good move. The first guy in the All-Guard to shoot a .491, that was done with LC ammunition at Vallejo, California in the late '60s. And the first guy to shoot a .199 Stanton, that was Oak Ridge, Tennessee in the late '60s, early '70s. The Guard always stayed over in this area where the huts are. The officers stayed in the huts, and the troops stayed back in the tents behind them, if I remember right.
As it should be.
I'll tell you another old-time story that people don't realize. Back in when I got distinguished, this General Krieger come and presented a distinguished badge to us, 3 of us. So Jerry Johnson, Hamer, and myself, you know them.
Yeah.
And he was telling when he was here in '38 or whatever it was, he has to follow the rifle. See, they'd wash them out with soap and water to get the salts out of the barrels, and then in the morning they'd be following them. So in the morning you hear boom, 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 boom. They had a hole underneath the tent where they'd shoot, and of course nobody ever shot any round, but you could hear them go off in the morning shooting there. That's kind of interesting. I've known people over the years get thrown out of here for shooting around back the wrong direction here. So. Anyhow.
Square everything?
All competitors, stand by for a pitching.
Hey, John.
We did all right.
We had 11:25 unofficially, 11:95 unofficially.
Good
It's
shooting.
gonna be hard in the senior.
Yeah. Good shooting, guys.
Thank you.
That group tartner we drank last night was pretty good.
Is that right?
Laundry room party we had.
You must ride the trolley.
Firing members Tyler Rico and Andrew Swayze, team captain Andrew Swayze, team coach John Wilder.
I'm John Wilder, and I'm proud to be a distinguished rifleman.